rock and roll.
All right, sweet. Welcome, guys, to my first podcast. This is Tony Folly, known as eCommerce Mentor. Today, my guest is Jason Stone. I'm sure most of you would know him. He's known as Millionaire Mentor, and he has just under 5 million followers on Instagram. And he has such a pretty remarkable story. So I'm pretty excited to have him as my first guest. I'm just going to ask him a few questions, and some of the questions some of you guys wanted me to ask him too. And they're based around Instagram and how to make money online. And I'll jump straight into the questions. So the first question I have for you, Jason, is your account, Millionaire Mentor, it started after your house was robbed. Could you explain the story about how like a negative situation turned into a positive?
Yeah. Okay. So it was about, say, 5 years ago, 2014. And me and my wife, we had our personal accounts. I had a few thousand followers. My wife had like 10K. And back then 10K was a lot of followers, like 5 years ago. So we took the kids to Orlando for Father's Day weekend. And it was like on a Friday. And obviously we're posting pictures on our story of us in Orlando. So inside job robbers knew we would be out of town for a good 3 days because we drove to Orlando. And I kind of know who it was. One of two people that either worked for me or was a, what you call friend, an enemy. It was, they cut the power to the house on Friday, and all battery backups on alarm systems like ADT or Vivint, they only have 24 hours of battery backup. So when I got the notification on my phone that the power was cut, and I didn't think anything of it. I thought we had like a power outage, or because the power goes out when it rains sometimes, or a windstorm. So I didn't really think anything of it. I should have checked on it, but actually I'm glad it didn't. I'm glad this happened. It's unfortunate that we came back home on Sunday night. The door was cracked open. I peeked inside and stuff on the floor. Walked into the kitchen. All the cabinets were open. Walked upstairs. I'm like, damn it. I got scared. And then I got angry because I knew what they came for was kind of like my watches. I had a couple nice watches, a Rolex, a Breitling, a couple Rolexes. And, it's unfortunate. But, after that happened, we actually deleted our Instagram accounts. So I actually deleted our Instagram accounts. My wife wasn't too happy about it. She was pissed. We were at the Hard Rock. And that night, I don't know what it was, got into a little argument and deleted them. And that was that. So maybe a few weeks go by. And I don't know, I just had the itch to get back on Instagram, but I wasn't going to make another personal account. So I wanted to create like a business account. And that's what we call a themed account nowadays. So you either have your personal or you have a themed account. And a themed account are a lot of accounts that a lot of people build, grow an audience, but there's not really a face to it. So it's not a personal brand like a personal account, right?
Of course, yeah.
So I grew up like a business / themed account, and it just took off. I kind of put my personal touch to it. Obviously, the themed accounts need to be run by a respectable, reputable person in order to give out quality content that I can actually stand behind. So I was living my experiences through Instagram, but people didn't know who I was. So I would treat Instagram like a mini blog, so to speak, and share my story. But my story wasn't all personal. It was just things that I've learned along the years of being an entrepreneur. I had 10 years as an entrepreneur, growing my first brand, Treadstone Performance. I learned a lot of stuff. So I wanted to share that with the world pretty much. And it grew. I grew it. I took some big risks back then. I knew that if I can grow an audience, I could do something with it. I didn't really know how I was going to make money back then. I had no idea what affiliate marketing was. I had no idea what being a brand ambassador or selling info products or just selling and leveraging an Instagram audience to sell products or services. So I had no idea what I was doing. I was just sharing my content. I think that's a big mistake a lot of people make nowadays when they're trying to build an audience, is they try to sell to their audience too quick. So they get out there and their sole purpose to build an audience is to make money. Well, that's not how I started my account. I built an audience by just not selling for about a year. I built an audience to about 1 million followers for maybe a little over a year it took. And I didn't sell one thing. I just gave value. And a lot of people get on Instagram and they just want to build an audience to make money or capitalize and leverage, which is not a bad thing, but it's not the best way to start, because people know you're trying to pitch and sell. And if you don't give away enough value at first, they're not going to trust you.
Yeah, no, of course. Like, I tell my students that a lot. I say, don't focus on trying to make money first. Focus on how you can provide value. Because it's so easy to get caught up in, just trying to make sales at first. You have to build a brand, and
exactly.
Yeah.
So I built the Millionaire Mentor brand. I put the logo on all the pictures. The pictures get shared. I share relatable content, which in turn people post on their profile. They share to their story. And if you just post relatable content, it's a good way to grow an audience. And eventually, after I hit about 1 million followers, nobody still knew who I was. And I'm like, maybe it's time. It's time that I come out the Instagram closet, so to speak. I came out the closet.
Like it's pretty funny, like, because I still remember when your page was just a motivational page. Like now it's more branded towards you. But yeah, that was back in like 2015 or 16 when we were working together, because I used to buy shoutouts off of you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Tony ran all of you may know the Simply Shredded page. So he would buy shoutouts from my page among other hundreds of pages at the time, which I think is great. That's a great way to get your message out there, get your ebook out there, get your value out there. And yeah, we've been doing business for 4 or 5 years now. Yeah,
no, it's good. Yeah, no, of course. And it's so crazy how fast your page has grown as well. Like, like I even check your Social Blade stats every day, like 2 or 3 new thousand followers a day, which is crazy,
and
I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you. That organic growth comes from obviously doing this consistently for 5 years. I'd never, ever taken a day off of Instagram for the last 5 years.
Crazy. Out of curiosity, like, have you ever worked a 9-to-5 job in the past?
Before, when I was in college, so I worked in the produce department, and then I worked one co-op job. So produce department, 14, 15, 16, I think. And then I started going to college, and I was hustling. I had side hustles in college. I used to buy and sell used cars. That was a cool little side hustle that I used to run. And then, what else did I do back then? Yeah, I mean, I pretty much started my engineering, not engineering, but what segued into the engineering business was just kind of selling car parts on eBay, which a hobby of mine was modifying my car, making it go faster, taking it to the racetrack, tinkering under the engine. So I would sell car parts on eBay, and that led to my first business, Treadstone Performance, which still to this day is almost 20 years in the making. That's what I'm most proud about. And that's, it's a business that runs, it's a well-oiled machine.
No, man, that's crazy. Like it sounds like it's your bread and butter. Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, like there's a lot of questions to ask you, like, because you're such an interesting person. All right, let's see. What are your thoughts on failure? And yeah, like, and what are some of your failures, if you've had any in the past? Like, because a lot of people, they might fail at something and then think, okay, time to quit. That was too much,
I mean, I think failure is an action. It's not a destination. It's like a road. It's a journey. So you don't fail. You have failures, but you're not a failure. So yeah, obviously you learn from failure. That's the cliche term, is learning from your failures, but it's the tenacity and the strength to get up and continue on after you fail. A lot of people will quit after their first failure, be like, I can't do this. This is too much for me. It's too much stress. But stress and failure come with the territory as an entrepreneur. And it's just
No.
something
Oh,
that you go through. So I've taken a lot of big risks in my days. I've opened businesses. I mean, the thing is, like, I opened my first business, Treadstone, and it was a hit. Like, I didn't fail, but I've had failures with Treadstone of learning the right ways to design and manufacture products. And I've lost a lot of money with Treadstone making wrong decisions. And then I learn from those decisions and move forward. But the business as a whole is a success, but I've had many failures inside of that business for the first 10 years of my life, which I focused on. And that's another key is a lot of people have shiny object syndrome, and they try to do too many things at once, and then they're spread too thin, they lose focus. I tell people to just hone in and focus on one business, one thing, and just become an expert in that niche. And then only then you can move on to the next. So
no, of course, yeah. Yeah, man, totally agree. Yeah, no, of course. And also, like, have you been a victim of any scams in the past, or like, you know,
scams. Yeah,
like,
people have
like
like,
back in the day, do you remember, like, you know, how we'd buy Instagram pages, for example, and like, you know, we try to grow our empire.
scammed. Yes, I've
Yeah,
been
like
scammed on
there
Instagram.
were so many scams with that, right?
So I think I paid $8,000 for a page once. Maybe it's like 10,000. It was a lot. And the guy gave me the password, and then like a day later, I was logged out of the account. Luckily, and this is a tip for you guys, if you guys are buying Instagram accounts because you want to like skip the line and not start from zero, always pay with a credit card or PayPal and make an agreement. Keep all your agreements in email. Don't do anything over text or WhatsApp. Keep it all on email, because email is the only thing that can be documented in court usually. Have an agreement, and if both parties can decide, use a broker, a middleman. But yeah, I've been scammed on Instagram for a couple times buying pages. I used to buy and sell pages. I have about a dozen pages right now that are for sale. Not the Millionaire Mentor. I'll never sell that one. I don't think anybody could pay me enough for that page.
Have you had any offers for the page?
I've had a couple $1 million offer, yeah.
Wow, okay. Okay, yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
no, like,
I don't know how serious they were, but I said no.
yeah, yeah, no, of course.
Yeah.
No, like, trust me, they would have been serious. Like the page, it's so well branded. It has so much potential. Like, even the name, it's such a great name, you know?
Yeah, I had the chance to buy the domain millionairementor.com a couple years ago, and I passed on it. I don't know why. I should have bought it. It's like $2,500. Now I can't even buy it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Crazy, man.
Yeah.
How about books? Like, do you read often?
I have trouble reading a book. I can never finish it. I always like buy a book and I'll start it and then not finish it and then start the next one. No, but I've been trying to make it more of a habit to read at least 5 to 10, 15 minutes a day. And I still have trouble trying to stick into that habit.
No, of course. Like as in, I can imagine you'd be so busy, right, with just like running that page and everything. Like your DMs must be.
I can't even keep up with the DMs. I mean, I have help. I have a team that helps me manage the page, but the DMs just get overloaded. They get overloaded with so much spam and like random, hey, what's up? Yo, like, can you do this for me? Can you post this? Like, it's so much sometimes, but that's when you got to delegate.
Yeah, no, of course, of course. Like, do you have like staff, like VAs, or do you have staff like your, you know, in-house type of thing?
Yeah, I have my right-hand man who's he's local to me. So we meet up. And then I have the VAs, which kind of help with a lot of content creation,
Yep.
like random odd-end jobs that we give. But yeah, I have one main guy that has access to the account. Does a lot of posting.
Oh yeah, no, cool, cool, yeah, yeah. Is that Faisal, the guy you passed on to me?
Oh no, I would never give anybody that name.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah.
No, my right hand man. He's top secret.
Okay, okay, yeah. All right, no, cool, cool. This is a question.
Faisal's one of my designers. He's a good designer.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. He's super friendly, man.
Yeah.
He's so chill. This is a question like a lot of the followers told me to ask you, and it's what advice would you give for someone who wants to grow an Instagram account from like ground zero? You know, like they got 0 followers and they've just started. Like, you know, what would be the best start for them?
The best thing to do is just be relentless with reaching out to other accounts, trying to network with them. It's going to be hard to get your foot in the door with a lot of accounts that are established and have their own little groups set up. You know, all these accounts, they have little groups, they have these little chats, they all talk to each other. And they work in ranges. So that's how we started our account. We had a little group. It was like the top 10 Instagram theme pages, motivational entrepreneur pages 5 years ago. A couple of them were Agent Steven, Motivation Mafia, Achieve the Impossible, Build Your Empire, Before 5 a.m., Sky Cottrell. I think he changed his account. But there's like 10 of us, and we were like the main guys that started that kind of motivational entrepreneur niche pages 5 years ago. I mean, there was 1 or 2 other big quote pages, like the Good Quote. I mean, he's like in a realm of its own, like 10, 12 million followers, I think. But that was like the only other big page out there that we really never networked with. But what I'm getting at is people have these, I guess they can call them Instagram pods or group chats or engagement groups or Telegram groups. And that's what you have to break into if you want to grow. You have to network with other accounts that are your size, that you can like actually talk to, maybe other friends, you'll make friends on Instagram. And you have to be relentless in trying to get others to engage on your profile. Because you're starting from 0, it's hard. So you have to be constantly liking other pictures, constantly leaving comments on other pages, and you have to be active, very, very active every single day, and ask for the engagement. There's a term that I like to say is like, in order to get engagement, you have to give it. So be given engagement, liking and commenting every single day, as well as asking for it, asking other pages to trade for posts. With these pods, we do shout out for shout outs. We do like for like or caption for caption. And it's asking other people to engage on your profile and you engage on theirs. That in turn increases and helps break the algorithm. So that's the main thing, is giving engagement and getting it and being constantly active every day to get that one post to break the algorithm, to get throttled up so all of your followers see it. So maybe it can hit the explore page and you have one post that goes viral, you'll gain a few thousand followers from it, and just do that consistently every single day. It's work.
Yeah, yeah. No, I've seen, yeah. Like, how many times do you post per day now?
I think we leave about 6 to 7 permanent posts up per day, and there's about 4 or 5 ads that get deleted as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
12, almost 12. We start at 9 a.m. and we end at 12 p.m.
Okay.
So every hour on the hour, almost every hour, is a post.
Yeah, yeah. And like, what do you think the future of Instagram holds in terms of like, you know, like, do you think that Instagram will be around in like, say, 5 years time, or will something else take its place? Like, I've heard a lot of stuff about an app called TikTok. I haven't tried it, but I don't know.
TikTok, I think is going to be more of the younger generation that are in middle school, in high school, in grade school. I think it's more that generation because it's funny, dancing, music. That's why that app is blowing up, and it's definitely taken the market share away from Snapchat. Snapchat is still a younger demographic. I think Instagram will last another 5 years for sure. I don't think it will be another platform to come out that will take away from what Instagram has done. And I think it still has a lot of room to grow, just like Facebook.
Yeah, no, true. Like, I tend to agree. Like, as in, I think Instagram will be around for like a really long time, like just how Google has and like Microsoft,
Yeah,
like they're just so strong, like Facebook as well. I think Facebook will be around for a long time.
for
They're
sure.
just so big, so strong, so rich, so powerful, like, and they just buy up all their competitors.
Yeah,
Like, I'm sure you remember when Instagram was purchased back in like,
billion. That was in.
yeah, for $1 billion. Like, how crazy was that? You know?
Yeah, and we were in our little group chat talking about it. Like our accounts just went up in value 10 times when Instagram went from 1 billion and then was valued at 12 billion, like less than a year later. So
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
ecstatic. We're like, that when that happens, that's when I like doubled down and started spending even more money to grow my account. And that's another tip for you guys. Like, you're not going to get there organically, and it's going to take a really, really long time or a really, really, really big hustle to do it organically. And it's mainly done with paid shoutouts. The growth you see on my account now is all organic, but back in the beginning, the first few years, I'd spend money on it every single year, upwards of hundreds of thousands of dollars type of spend. And
Yeah.
Tony, I mean, you're growing your account right now. eCommerce Mentor has been blowing up. Like you're gaining a few thousand followers, but it's not organic. People do not know what happens behind the scenes. Is he's paying accounts like mine amongst other hundreds of accounts to grow his Instagram.
Yeah, no, of course. Like, as in, I try to treat my account like, yeah, it's a personal account, but I try to treat it like a business,
Yeah,
you know. And I have a team behind me, like, who's just finding pages, contacting them, negotiating prices. And yeah, like, because I've always wanted to be in the same industry as you guys, entrepreneurial and stuff. And but I'm pretty late. I wouldn't say I'm late to the game, but like I only got into the game about like say 7 months ago. So I'm trying to play catch up. So
you're
we're
gonna get a million pretty soon.
yeah, man. I hope so. Yeah, man. That's the plan. Um, yeah. Like because I still remember when Instagram was like, this would have been in 2014, and I'm sure you probably remember these times too, or 2015 when there was no DM feature.
Really?
Yeah, was yes, yeah, like I promise you, like
I actually do
when we
remember
got
I
on
was in the DM.
Instagram, there
That
was
was
no,
back when I had my personal account. Yeah,
yeah,
it was just a photo sharing app.
yeah, like it's so amazing. And then they put in the DM feature, and when they added in the DM feature, no one was using it. And then all of a sudden we like just started to use it, and then it just became like second nature type of thing.
Yeah, I remember no one. We didn't use it either because we were everybody was on Kick. Kick was
That's
like the
right, yeah, yeah,
universal Instagram chat feature that everybody used.
yeah. Yeah, like it's crazy Kick, like, and now no one is using Kick or
I know.
barely, right?
Kick is so slow.
You know, yeah. So like if someone wants to advertise on your page, like explain the process, like because I know a lot of people would want to know how a page like yours would be able to make money, like because uh I'm sure a lot of people know this, but Instagram businesses, like when they take off, they're extremely profitable. Yeah, so like
So
if you
like
could
running,
explain the process.
explain the process with someone to contact me to run a shout out.
Yeah.
Okay, so it all starts with we either get an email or a direct message, and then we have a price list. We either send like a media kit out via email, or if we're just talking in DMs, we'll just negotiate a price. And it really all depends on the content that you're posting. Different content could be a little bit more spammy or might have fit with my page. or just look totally out of place, those type of posts we'll charge more for. If it's another page, kind of like your page, and it's just giving value, we'll charge less for, because it fits with the theme of my page. So it doesn't really look like an advertisement. There's a lot of posts that go on my page that look like they fit in, and I'm just tagging a page, and that's a paid post, but it looks like a value-driven post. So like posts like watches, if someone's selling a watch, we'll just negotiate a price for a watch. They'll send the payment via PayPal. We'll put up the post for 24 hours, agree to terms and conditions. That's it.
Nice. And like, what's the average amount of shout outs you run per day? I think you mentioned 4 to 5 or so.
Actual paid shout outs.
Yeah. Paid ones.
A couple, probably 1 to 3 per day we're doing.
Yeah. No, nice. Yeah. I remember back in the day, like you were running the same amount, or probably a bit more, like 4 to 5 a day. Yeah. And
there was a time, it has slowed down a little bit as far as like the paid shout outs and the paid brand endorsements. You know, I was making more a couple of years ago when people weren't able, or Facebook wasn't able to advertise on Instagram. Ever since Facebook allowed Instagram advertising, that's when the ad revenue for influencers kind of took a hit.
Yeah. I've tried Instagram ads. It's hard, man. Like, as in, I get a much better return on investment, you know, if I was to advertise with you, or, you know, like some other page.
And that's kind of what I tell people nowadays. Like, you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So you're paying an influencer for a shout out. Number 1, you're growing your page, which is an asset. And number 2, you're getting leads into your funnel for your offer, your ebook, or your course. So if you're running paid advertisements through Facebook, you're only getting clicks. So with influencers, not only you're building your page at the same time, you're getting those same amount of clicks, and the clicks are sometimes even cheaper. So
100%, yeah. No, of course. Like, for example, I remember I once ran a shout out on a pretty small page. It was called the Billionaire Playbook, and back then it only had 40,000 followers, and I negotiated him down to $10 a post. And
how many followers did he have?
He had 40,000.
Okay.
And I negotiated him down to $10 a post, which, like, you probably should have charged more, but like a lot of these pages don't know their worth. You know, yeah. So like, and I remember the post hit the explore page and went viral, and like it got me about 1,200 followers from a $10 post. You know, like
that's really good.
You can't get those return on investments through Instagram ads, like,
not at all.
You know,
yeah. There's so many of these new entrepreneur themed accounts that have sprouted up, and they're ran sometimes by just kids in high school that really don't know what they're doing. And that's where you can get the best bang for your buck, because you can negotiate that down. I mean, they're just building the page to build an audience to make money to sell shout outs.
Yeah.
So some people just grow pages just so people like me and you can buy shout outs from them.
Yeah, no, of course. It's, you know what? And it's true, man. Like, you're right, 100%. A lot of these pages, they're owned by kids, like 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, you know?
Yeah. And I remember 16, 17, 18-year-old kids building these big pages, making thousands of dollars per day, literally. Like I know a kid close to making almost $1 million a year selling shout outs. It's unbelievable.
Oh, wow. What page was it?
This is like a bunch of like a fact page, a Vine page, a funny page, you know, those type of niches. And he owned like a bunch of big pages, like in the 5 to 10 million range. And I would buy a shout out from him for like $135 for an hour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
For 1 hour, Jesus.
This is back before the algorithm. The first hour was like the most crucial. Back in the day, I don't know if you were buying shout outs back then, but you'd get half your engagement within the first hour because Instagram showed it to everybody. There was no algorithm. Those are the good old days.
Right. Yeah. Like I actually remember that. Like I used to buy, like, it was you actually who taught me all of this. Like I remember you were charging expensive prices for only 8-hour shoutouts, but you explained like pretty much, after 8 hours, the engagement just drops,
It does.
you
So,
know?
so basically, like back before the algorithm, which was 3-4 years ago, um, the engagement would be like a parabola. It would spike up and then taper off over the like 1 hour, half your engagement. The next 23 hours, the other half of your engagement. So imagine getting, I used to get 10,000 likes on a photo in the first hour, and then it would end up at 20 to 25,000. So that's half the engagement in the first hour, let's say, or two. Now the engagement's more linear. So it just goes up linear as time goes on. It's very, very linear. That's how the algorithm works. It wasn't like it was before where it sprout up and then go over.
Yeah, no, of course, yeah. How about like, what's your favorite Instagram page? That like branded page or influencer, for example?
Mine.
No. Like,
Like personal brand or theme?
like as in, who's your favorite influencer, for example? Like, or like say, favorite branded like themed page, like as in any type of car pages or.
Okay, for the car page, I know I used to do a lot of work with Cars Without Limits. He was a really big account back in the day. Now I passed him up. Car account was him. I think like personal brand celebrity entrepreneurs would be like the Grant Cardone, the Gary Vee. Um, yeah, and then theme pages, probably the good quote.
Oh, yep, yeah, yeah, man. Like, and I agree. Like those influencers are very powerful. They're making big moves, No, of course. And like, in terms of your Instagram account, like, um, do you ever plan on selling it in the future if you did get a really attractive offer and you're like, okay, it's probably worth selling, and like,
I mean, I guess if the right offer came in, I would sell it because then I would put all systems go on my personal and kind of build up my personal in a way where it was kind of like Millionaire Mentor. I'd be posting a lot of more motivational stuff on my personal. Right now I have them separate. But if I were to sell Millionaire Mentor, I would put that same content over to my personal, just not as much. The thing is, I don't want my personal pictures to get drowned out with themed quotes and motivational stuff. So I would keep my personal, all personal. I started doing more personal like videos. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. I could leverage so much with 5 million followers on Millionaire Mentor to build any business. So it'd be hard to sell it because I know that I could use that as leverage to build any business I want in the future.
of course, yeah, like it's crazy to think, like 5 million followers, like, because I'm from Australia and the population over here is like 23 million. So like you're pretty much like 1/4 of the whole of Australia.
Oh my God. Jeez.
Like, in terms of perks of the page, like, what are some interesting stories, like, where you've like,
I was just in Greece and we were trying to get in this club, Alamagoo, I think it was, and we didn't have a table. We went there last minute. It was sold out. All the tables were sold out. We couldn't get dinner. And I went up to like one of the bouncers trying to let me in. And like, can we get in? I'm like, here with my wife. It's just us two. Like, nope, we're sold out. We're packed. I went to another bouncer. I tried him. I tried to slip him a 20. He's like, oh, can't do nothing. I went to the girl with the clipboard. I'm like, let me try this little pitch. I'm like, hey, this is my account. And I got 5 million followers. Can you let me in? She's like, can you do a post for us? Are you going to post? I'm like, yeah, of course I'm going to post. And she let us in.
oh, it's crazy, man. Yeah, power of social media, true. Like every brand or every business wants to grow on Instagram or wants their brand to get more exposure. Like, yeah, man. Like, honestly, if I had your account, I'd be taking advantage of it so much, trying to get like free hotels, like,
I mean, yeah, we get
like
free,
I'm,
we get free stuff all the time. Like people ship me free stuff, their products, the brands. We get free food sometimes when we go out to eat. We get free hotel stays, free experiences. You know, it's to be a, you know, like a, kind of like a brand ambassador for different products. They'll reach out, and it's crazy. Like I get pallets of supplements sent to me.
crazy, man. Living the dream, huh? There's one question one of the followers really wanted to ask you. He said his first business failed, right? His second business failed, and then his third business failed as well. And now he wants to go back to school. But he said his dream was always to be an entrepreneur. Like, what do you think he should do? Like,
Hmm. Man, it's just maybe you need to learn a better high income skill, um, or be consistent with one of your businesses. It's all about consistency. Consistency gains respect. So the more you do something, the more you try, the more you fail in it, the more you're going to learn in that. So just be consistent in one thing. And it's literally impossible to fail if you just put your head down and you learn. Learn a skill.
of course. How about skills as well? Like, what skills should someone who wants to get into, like, the world of internet entrepreneurship, like, what skills should they try to learn or study, like, become
Yeah.
good at, like
Good question.
copyright?
Copyright. I was going to say copywriting them is a high income skill. Learning how to do Facebook ads is a high income skill. Um, Becoming an agency and just kind of helping clients, whether lead generation for clients is another high income skill. Those three skills right there: lead gen, Facebook ads, copywriting, funnel creation, learning click funnels, learning lead pages, learning WordPress, freelancer skills like that can make you a good side hustle that can eventually turn into a full-fledged business. If you
Yeah,
want
no, of course.
one of those service
Mhm.
type of businesses.
Yeah. Just for the people who, sorry. Yep.
I was going to say the other income skill, which is drop shipping or white labeling and actually creating a brand. That's the ultimate goal as an entrepreneur, I believe, is that's like the top of the totem pole. If you can create a brand, a logo with a brand and sell a product that takes off, that is definitely the ultimate goal of an entrepreneur. A
No,
lot
of
of,
course.
I think a lot of the freelancer skills you can build up to that. But those type of skills, I wouldn't say like you're a purebred entrepreneur until you make it with a brand.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Have you noticed there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there who are selling courses who don't really have any brands behind them? They've just come out of nowhere. It's just someone who's just selling courses. They got like their fake Shopify results. Like, it's crazy, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the gurus are a dime a dozen, but until you as a guru have made it with a real brand, with a name behind it, shouldn't be guruing.
No, man, that is so true.
I mean,
Uh,
these kids, they can build a Shopify store, sell a few parts, make a few $100,000, go through a few $100,000, $1 million in Facebook ads, bring in $1 million. That doesn't mean you've created a brand. You just wash some money through the internet, and now you're going to teach people how to wash money through the internet.
no, man.
There's too many of those right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Like, what people need to learn is like to learn the difference between sales and profit. Just because someone's done, say, 100 grand in sales on their drop shipping business, like the most important thing is how much of that was profit.
Yeah. I mean, the brand I'm trying to create right now is a supplement line called Wealth Nutrition. And we're literally burning through Facebook ads to acquire a customer, and we're not making any money. We're losing money to acquire a customer. And
Yeah.
that's what people don't understand. To create a brand, like a real brand that people can actually get behind and create a culture it takes a long time. Like we've been doing this for over a couple of years, and like we just got our first 3 products done. We're hoping to come up with another couple of products, but it's a slow game. It's a slow process to build a brand and, you know, eventually to become cash flow positive.
Yeah, no, of course, man, of course. And like, I'm sure some people would go through that and just quit. And, you know, like, it's so good you guys are persevering. Like, it's very impressive, man.
Yeah.
Very impressive, you know. There's just 2 more questions as well from the viewers. Um, this is a bit of a personal question. Like, he asked, what's the most amount of followers you've grown in one day? And what's the most amount of money you've made in one day from your Instagram page?
I had a post go viral, a video, and this is a tip for you guys. We post our viral videos at 12 p.m. Eastern every single day. That is the optimal time to post across all time zones. What did you say?
Yep,
Yeah,
of course. Yep.
12 p.m. Eastern. So we had one of our 12 p.m. Eastern viral video slots. Every day we posted a viral video at that time. It had to go viral, maybe 4 million impressions it got. And I grew 13,000 from that post.
It's crazy, yeah.
And most of our viral video posts, maybe I'll grow like a few hundred only to 1,000 at the most on one of those posts. So, and then the most money in a day, between affiliate commissions and advertising, probably 20 grand.
It's
That was like
crazy, I know.
I ever made in a day. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you told people that, they wouldn't believe it or understand it, you know, like, oh, you make money through an Instagram page. Like, it's like, but these people don't understand the power of social media, right?
Yeah. It really is powerful. And every business, I mean, except government jobs, but the majority, 99% of businesses and people should be on Instagram, interacting, engaging, trying to grow an audience, whether you're a personal brand, if you're a personal page without a brand, just documenting your story, giving value, it goes a long way. A lot of people might not think that it's important to document your journey or post regularly, but it is. So people want to see, people live vicariously, people want to see what you're up to. So just don't be scared to post and stay consistent with it.
No, of course, of course. And one more question as well, they asked, did you ever have friends or family who were like not very supportive or like, you know, wanted to see you fail?
I'm sure there was plenty of friends that when I came out the Instagram closet were kind of surprised that the account was mine. And they're like, kind of like, holy shit, this is you, this is your account. There were those people that are like, wow, you've done such a good job. I've been following for a long time. And then there's people that didn't really say anything.
Yeah.
That's cool. So you kind of know, like you get that vibe from people. Know you've done something good, but don't want to congratulate you. So you got to be careful of the people that don't clap when you win.
Yeah, 100%, man. We have a term for those types of people over here in Australia. It's called tall poppy syndrome.
What's it called?
Tall poppy syndrome.
Toll?
Tall poppy syndrome. You know, like the just haters, just, you know, people who don't want to see you succeed. And like,
Toll? Toll?
no, yeah, tall, Tall, then poppy.
Tall poppy.
Yeah.
Tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah, like, you know,
Like they're bigger than you.
Yeah, you know.
Tall poppy
Um, have you been to Australia before?
No.
And you have to come, man. Beautiful beaches here.
Yeah, one day. We were in Bali a couple months ago. Pretty close.
Yeah, very close actually. Yeah. How was that?
Bali was amazing. Like it was one of the best trips we've ever been on. Very awakening, spiritual, the people, the culture. Felt so safe over there. I didn't want to leave.
Yeah. What's your most favorite travel destination in the whole world?
We just came back from Europe,
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Read them from Mykonos. The views in Mykonos were like the best ever.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Bali and Mykonos were the best spots we've ever been.
Have you ever been to Dubai?
No.
Oh, you have to go. You'll love it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Of course. Just like big skyscrapers, like big buildings. It's just crazy.
Huh.
Uh, like Bugattis everywhere, Ferraris. Like, cause over here in Australia, like I've never seen a Bugatti over here, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But over there, you see one a day. Like it's crazy, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, but Jason, man, like,
Places to go.
sorry.
It's on our bucket list of places to go.
Yeah, 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 man. But Jason, and honestly, I thank you so much for being on my podcast.
Yeah, definitely. It was a pleasure.
You've shared so much value, man. Like, cause a lot of my followers, like, they are getting advice from all sorts of places, and I'm trying to like just get them to learn from the best of the best in, uh, all sorts of industries. Like, the goal of this podcast was to just interview people who like are the experts in their field, and like for Instagram growth, you're the man. And yeah, like I'm so glad you came on, man.
Let me ask you a few questions.
Yeah,
how
man, sure.
I guess a lot of people are wondering, how are you growing so fast?
Yeah, yeah, just so there's a big process. I full turned it into a business model. Like, I have an Excel sheet with just like a list of like 80 influencers and then about 60 shout out pages and stuff. And like we're just trying to get my content on those pages every day around the clock. And some months I grow 50,000 followers, and some months I grow 100,000. It all just depends on how much time I put into it with the team. But lately I've been traveling, been chilling a bit, so the growth has slowed down. But 2 months ago we grew 120,000 followers in 1 month, and like we've just been trying to work like really, really hard at it. Like, as you said, just trying to grow the brand, because the e-commerce mentor page, it first started off as like a personal page, but then I thought, hang on, like I could turn this into an actual brand or business. And Warren Buffett always says, like, try to create multiple sources of income. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I just thought, like, try to create some sort of academy around it. Yeah, so just I've been growing fast, like just through paid shoutouts. I wish I could grow organically, but I don't know. Like,
Times you
I'm
post per day?
trying. Oh, like as in, I'm only posting about once every 2 days or so. Like, it's hard, like because I'm
Why
so busy.
you don't grow organically?
Yeah, yeah. Like as in, it's hard.
3 to 6 times a day.
So you reckon 3 to 6 a day?
You'll be surprised how much you'll grow organically when you start posting more.
Okay, okay. You know what? I might change up the process. 3 to 6 posts. Yeah, because I haven't tried that.
9 a.m., 12 p.m., and 3 p.m. Those are the main time slots. And then if you're going to add another time slot, do 9 p.m. So you do 4 times, so it's 9, 12, 3, and then 9 p.m.
9 to 3. Okay. And this is
Eastern time.
EST time zone?
Eastern.
Eastern. Oh.
I don't know why, but I've looked at people's analytics from all over the world. Even people in Europe do better when they post Eastern time.
Okay, okay, yeah. Just writing down all these tips, yeah. Yeah, man. It's not often I get a chance to speak to like someone like you who's like just got a monster page and like who's grown, and anything you say, I'm taking it on board, any tips.
Um, so is there a like a process you use to pay influencers to buy shout outs? You just kind of like mark it on a spreadsheet?
Yeah, like as in just through a spreadsheet, I record all their prices, but I don't buy shout outs through like one post, like I'll
How do you keep track of making sure that they're posting?
oh yes, yes. I have a process for that too, of course. Yeah, yeah. Like, because there's some pages who will try to scam you. Like they'll say they've posted, but they haven't, or they,
Yeah.
yeah. Like there's a
You,
lot of scams
you
out
make sure
there.
to get the screenshots.
Yes, of course. See, like that's the best thing about working with you is that you have it so professionally done. It's like every time I buy ads off you, like you send me the screenshots, you send me the insights, the analytics. At least I can see what post or ad performed well and what post wasn't so effective. Like, cause yeah, like, cause in a lot of other pages don't care or they will post and then delete it and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like like, I know some people might be thinking like, oh, why do you care so much about an Instagram post? But like when we're spending a couple $100s a day on trying to like build our pages, like uh, it all adds up, true.
So the key is finding that asset that's going to be the best to distribute. So you figure out what ad has done good on your page. You give that ad to other people and multiple different ads. You see which one does best. You take that one that did the best and then you distribute that one even more, right?
Yeah, man, of course, of course. And like not a lot of people are doing that, and that's why they aren't growing. But like, is in what you just said is like literally what I'm doing. Like, I'm finding the ads which are performing well and just trying to get them on as many pages as possible, you know. And like, yeah, so far it's working great. Yeah.
What has
Um,
been your best performing ad? Is it on your page?
um, you know what's funny is that I created scripts to check what the most popular posts are for each page, and I ran the script on your page, and one of my shoutouts was in your top 9 posts of all time.
Yeah,
It was the Jeff Bezos one. Do you remember that post?
I remember the Jeff Bezos one. Yep.
When like it said in at age 30 he was
So
worth.
you say, okay, so you're saying you run a script. I mean, is there websites that you can go to for people to check? This is one of the things that was crucial back in the day. Was there was a website called Inc. 361 where you can go to someone's page and you can hone in on what is their best performing post. Is there a website that you can go to now that can give
um
you data?
yeah, there's websites but they're not effective. Like, I found a coder off of Upwork and I got him to script me a custom one. Like, it's a very powerful tool. Like, um it can check the most popular posts by likes, by comments, by shares. Like,
But how long? What's the time frame?
yeah. So we can even set the time frame as well. Like, we can set the time frame for of all time, or for the last 6 months, or the past 2 years, or just a certain year alone. And that's been a powerful tool, like just to curate content. Like, it only costed me about like $60 to create the script. Like, there's so much talent off of Upwork who like people just don't know about, like coders especially. Like, because if you can use software to speed up the process of growth or making sales, then why not, right?
Yeah. What other? Okay, that's a pretty cool um, tool to use. What other tools have you done or made that kind of like would help this process?
Oh yeah, like besides that, I've made a very advanced Excel spreadsheet which calculates all the prices, the engagement rates. Like, I'd I'll send you it. Like, you'll be like, whoa, this is pretty intense, like, but it's just powerful, like, because it takes out the guesswork. Like, the last thing you want to do is be advertising on pages and then like not getting a return on investment, right? The whole goal of this is to be making a profit.
Yeah,
And so like,
that'd be a great tool to share because I have I'm teaching an Instagram class I tomorrow actually. It'd be cool to have because I'm actually teaching people how to do shout outs. And I have a spreadsheet too, but it'd be interesting to take a look at your spreadsheet as well.
yeah, man, for sure. Yeah.
Sure.
No, of course, of course.
Don't you have a community that you're teaching as well? Like you have an ecom class. How's that going?
Yes. No, I do. No, good, man, good. Like, some of, okay, so there's been a few students who buy the course and they don't make any money. In fact, they don't even do any work. Like it's sad to see. Because I can see who's completed the course and what percentage they're up to, you know. But then there's some students who are just flying through it and stuff. And like,
What platform do you use for the course?
I created the course on WordPress,
Gotcha.
and yep, and it's like because I built Simply Shredded on WordPress as well. Like, and it's just such a powerful platform, you know. Um, and yeah, like a lot of the students are doing very, very well, especially the ones who are just putting in the time and effort. And like, I love receiving their messages saying, you know, hey Tony, just made my first sale, like ecstatic, this, that. Like it's just such a good feeling, you know, because I hate seeing people who have all this potential and talent, yet they're working a soul destroying 9-to-5 job. I think, fuck, like, you know, so I just want to be that person who can help teach people the skills they need to like build a business online and stuff, you know, and it's a very rewarding thing too.
Yeah. So you have a course that teaches how to actually build a brand and a product, build a Shopify store, build your Instagram, run the shoutouts, all that's run the Facebook ads.
Yes, yeah. It's the whole thing, yeah. Like it took me 12 months to create. I should have created it faster, but like I was traveling and stuff, and but yeah, like I tried to make it as in depth as possible, like you know, include as much information as I could, and I should be selling it for like a couple $1,000, but well, like I wanted to, like, but I realized not many people can afford that. So like I thought, look, like just drop the price for them and stuff. Like as in it'll help you like make more sales and it'll be good for them, like so they can learn like all these powerful strategies and tools for like a much more affordable price.
Yeah.
And
What is the price
yeah,
of it?
sorry.
What's the price?
Well, it's now down to $99, and my accountant is like, "Oh, why have you dropped it down so cheap?" And I'm like, "Look, like you know, I'm just trying to make this stuff affordable for everyone, like because uh, everyone should be like learning this type of stuff, like especially where like how the internet is headed to. Businesses are now becoming online and stuff, and like yeah. So I'm just trying to like make all this powerful information and tools and strategies just as affordable as possible. And so far it's been good. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
But yeah, but we'll wrap it up there. But man, like once again, thank you so much, man. Like as in it's so glad to finally chat to you and stuff. Like because I've known you for so long and like but we never spoke in person, like not in person, but like you know through Skype or yeah, it was always through Kik, you know, hey Jason, how's things? A very like antisocial way to talk and stuff, you know. But I'll also be in Miami in 2 weeks time. So like if you want to grab a beer, man, like you know, it's on me, man.
Awesome.
You know?
Definitely. We'll
Yeah, and
grab a pic.
yeah, man, and a photo for sure, you know.
Okay.
All right, man.
Together.
Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, right. Except I'm white and you're like black tanned, you know? Yeah.
It's Miami sun.
Yeah. All right, man. I'll speak to you soon, okay, man?
All right, cool. Thanks, Tony.
All right, man. Thank
Bye.
you.